What is going on, everybody? It is TG back here with another video. Long wait, sorry about that. Busy again, but not busy enough to talk about Apple stock and why I think Apple stock is a hold here and a buy long term. It has had a massive run up in these past 6 months, up 20%, but year to date is struggling down about 6.2%. And the 1 month is about flat as well. The stock has not really done too much recently, with everything, tech stocks falling, the Nasdaq being down 8% this year alone. And one of the reasons I think Apple is a great long-term buy and hold, as it always has been for its entirety, is the fact that they continue to innovate and they've become the go-to for your products. The iPhone has secured itself as the greatest phone. And when you buy an Apple product, you are much more likely to buy another Apple product. Now, one thing I want to talk about as well is Apple earnings, because Apple earnings are coming up within a couple of weeks. Last earnings quarter was, while the stock did drop on it, I still think a very good quarter. Earnings per share were exactly in line. Revenue fell by about $1 billion off expectations. But again, if you look at the growth in some of these sectors, revenue up 30% year over year. iPhone revenue up 47%, services up 25.6%. Now, the service is a huge profit driver as well, and the fact that it is growing at a huge rate is great as well. The other products such as the AirPods and the Apple Watch, stuff like that people are going to continue to wear more and more as time goes on, and as they innovate and get better with their technology as well. Like the AirPods, they've made new AirPods, and those things, I listen to them, and the sound quality on that is just absolutely incredible. Mac as well, not up that much year over year. It's staying kind of in line. But the iPad surprisingly up 21.4%, and gross margins up 42.2 versus estimates at 42. So, this is a company that is growing a lot. It's a company that makes a lot of money, and it is a company that people use every single day. And these are the companies that you want to buy and hold for the long term. And so while Apple is down some, I expect it to continue to stay strong. It has recovered a lot. I'm mad I tried to buy some of the calls back that I sold and unable to, unfortunately, that the stock just rallied hard back. But again, maybe we'll get another opportunity. But if we actually look at the average price target, not a ton of upside based on the analysts, so 179.62. So let's just say a 180 strike price, and it's sitting at approximately like 170 right now. So maybe 10 points of appreciation from what these analysts are saying in the next 12 months. Possible. I think it might actually go a lot higher than that, to be honest. I think we're possibly looking at 200 by next December, and I could definitely see that if sales continue to increase and they're continuing to make big profits and their services sector especially grows, I don't see why this stock stays under. I sold a lot of puts on Apple, 180 strike prices, 175s, 165s. Sold a lot of puts on it because I do think that 180 is a good price for Apple, in the next couple months. I think if earnings are good, we'll definitely see that. So I am down on some of them right now, but still up on an overall, which is nice. But I definitely see Apple being a big winner for me in the long term. It's been my biggest winner so far in my portfolio. One of the only things that saved my account from the Baba disaster, but I think Apple will continue to do pretty well. Again, Nasdaq has been nosediving. When Nasdaq nosedives, Apple usually does as well, and that's one of the reasons why. But with the Nasdaq being down 7.6% year to date, potentially looking at a year with almost no returns for the market potentially. Obviously, things can turn around really fast as they've gone down really fast. But I'm not expecting big returns this year. I'm really not. So to put your money in something safe that at least the company is going to do good. There's no product coming out that is going to harm the ecosystem of Apple. And I think that's why it's going to stay, very safe. Again, you look at these year over year increases, and these are huge. People are buying these products and they're loving these products and they stick with these products. Someone who buys an Apple iPhone is not all of a sudden going to switch to an Android. No one does that. Google's trying to make their own phones, but I don't think people are buying that either. And while the supply chain issue cost the company $6 billion in the last quarter, I think that it was because of how much demand there is. Not the other way around. Not that there's not enough demand. So when you have a ton of demand, eventually that will solve itself out, and they'll be able to sell those products and they'll be able to make that money. So again, I think our next earnings quarter will be really good for Apple, and potentially we could see 179 by next earnings quarter. I'm hoping not, because I have those calls sold. And I don't want it to go up that fast, but again, we'll have to see what happens. But you know, if Apple continues to take a dip, I would love to get back in, you know, with just my bullish positions only, you know, because right now I do have some of the bearish positions of the short calls that I sold. And, you know, if it takes a dip, you know, to 167, 168, that's a perfect time to boom, you know, load up big on, you know, buy all those calls back and then just have your bullish positions only. So this is what I'm thinking of doing with Apple. I think it's, you know, it's a great hold. You know, it's hard to trade Apple because it, you know, I tried trading and I got wrecked one time, you know, because sometimes it can just randomly pop, you know. I remember sitting literally right here from November 10th to December 10th. It went up 22%, and I got killed on those short calls. But you know, obviously you make money on the puts that you sold, but the short calls you can lose a ton. So we'll see how everything turns out. But I think that this is good for Apple. I think it's a very healthy pullback, you know, that we're having right now. And I think that Apple can potentially reach 200 by, you know, the next 12 months. I think that's a very safe estimate if, you know, things go according to plan. Obviously, tech's getting slammed right now, but, you know, overall, I still think it is very, very bullish. So anyways, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful day. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. It means a ton to me. And feel free to chat with me in the Discord. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take it easy. Bye.